Rules versus Pinball. And we're here with a little bit of a different stream. I gotta get all these cords out of the way. Sorry. Oh, that. I need to get better about noticing these. Maybe. Just kidding. This one needs to go out of the way. What do you plug into? Where are you going? Where are you going? Oh, over there. I could probably fix that, but we'll do that instead. Maybe that'll fix it. Yeah, we'll do that. We're adapting. It's working. All right, so we're going to do something a little bit different today. I have two Kong Pros, so I am going to be playing each Kong Pro. This one is my first Kong Pro that I had. I'm going to be playing it at a 7-degree pitch, which is why it says 7 degrees down there. Down here. Boop. So we're going to play a few games at 7. We're not changing anything else. We're not changing flipper buttons. Hold on 1 second for me. Huh? I will be right back. Alright, sorry about that. Someone was at the wrong house. So, without any further ado, hopefully no more interruptions, we'll go ahead and get started. So what we're going to do today is we're playing at the pitch that I typically play at, just how I enjoy setting my pins up. And once we'll play like 3 games each pin, and then I will transfer over to the other pin, which is set up at 6.5, which is, I guess, the factory recommendation. So theoretically, the 6.5 should be this, like, exactly what the pin was designed to play on. So we'll do 3 games on each, give them a fair shot, because, you know, we could have one bad game, but we do 3 back to back to back. See, we might have something a little bit different then. So this is going to be game 1 at 7-degree pitch. And then once we get done with this, we will move over to the other Kong Pro that's down here and set it up. Well, we're not going to set it up. It's already set up at 6.5. And I'll upload a picture for whatever it's worth of the pitches of each machine. I took on my digital scale. Or digital level, not scale. But hopefully everyone's doing well. I know this is kind of not my scheduled stream time. But I have 2 Kongs, and I was like, I don't know how long I'll have 2. So I was like, I better get this out of my system, because I have a couple of ideas that I want to do since I have 2 of them. And yes, they both are mine. I bought both of them. Yeah, I bought 2 of the same exact pen, so deal with it. But ideally, the other idea that I had... Oh, crap. This is going to be the bad game for this one. The idea that I had was I'm going to switch or play a couple of games with standard rubbers, and then the other game I'm going to put the like Titans on there, because I always I call Titans cheater rubbers because they're so grippy. So you can kind of see the difference of how a pin shoots and how much the flipper rubbers can affect. So we'll do default stern flippers, then we'll do Suzo half rubbers, which is typically what the IFPA will put on pinball machines when you're going to a tournament that's IFPA sanctioned. If anyone's watching, can you just give me a hey in chat? We need to get the drops down. That's the first priority in this, which we haven't done yet. Come on, get that last drop. Dude. Really? Whatever. We need to get that last drop still. Here we go. There we go. Now we got our jackpot. There's a double jackpot if we hit the... if we triple green, I guess. But you can spot that double jackpot by hitting that kickback target, which is actually my preferred way of doing it. And then you can kind of farm supers, which is fun. Alright, we still got another super lit. Try to use this cliff ramp to get over there for another one before time's out. Nope. So hard to deal with that. But we're getting ready to lose that super in 4 seconds, so we're probably not going to get another one. Just kidding. We'll get another one. Why not? I don't think I've ever heard that call out, but I do enjoy it. Alright. We have Deadeye, which on the Pro, you just have to spell King instead of King Co. Alright, we're in Deadeye. I have really fell off on the Deadeye as of late. I have hit 0 jackpots, in case anyone's counting. Jeez. Sucks so bad. Ah! Too nervous, apparently. Alright, there we go. This is how it usually happens. I usually get toward the end and I'll start hitting a few. Then we got the river lit, but we didn't get it. So we didn't get that big. That was a horrible Deadeye. If anyone's watching, give me a heads up on the levels. I want to make sure everything is sounding okay. We have an island scene lit. We have our climb arrows, which should always be a priority, so you can get to your stage fright, which we just lit by completing that. Oh. There we go. Oh, that's not what I wanted. At least we survived it, right? There we go. Now we have our NYC mode. So we're going to do this. This thing is in the way. Get out of the way. Oh, hate that stays in the way. Alright, so we'll do... I like to do the 2x scoring because it's limited flip count, but you do get ball saves that just removes flips instead of on the 3x. Yeah, Al's Anonymous, I had an LE, but the plan all along for the LE was for it to leave. I just wanted to get it long enough to stream it early. So now I have a Kong Pro, and well, right now I have 2 Kong Pros. So I thought it would be fun to do some comparisons while I have the 2. So we'll play on this Kong Pro right now, and then after I play 2 or 3 games on this one, we'll go over to the other Kong Pro and play it at 6.5, which is the factory recommended. So hopefully visually you're able to see the difference between the 2 pitches, and we can kind of put some, at least a little bit of credit or a little bit of concrete evidence to what that's like, or how the different pitches affect the game. Yes. Well, not more than 3 times. I bought it 3 times. Oh, no, yeah, 3 times. Yeah, you're right. Sorry, I read that wrong. I've also owned, I think, 14 or 15 Deadpools, so this is basically nothing to see here. Still think I can beat Deadpool, though. So we need to hit the drop targets down, which we're not doing a good job at. Doing a good job at missing them. There we go. We got a couple. Got some sweeper. That's always fun. People think I'm joking with how much I like this game, but I really, really enjoy this game. Alright, we still got 19 flips. We cannot add any more flips. You get like 20 flips to add from hitting the gong. So 10 each time you add. But we've already used those, so whatever we have here is what we're going to be stuck with for the rest of this stage fright. I'll be honest, is everything sounding okay? My voice is good, the audio level of the game is good. Crap. There we go. At least we got one. Oh. So now we have 0 right flips. So my right flipper is dead. So I really gotta hope that this gets to that left flipper and stays over there. Because okay, thank you. Oh, it gave me a flip back. I didn't know that if I completed a... oh gosh, we're in trouble. Alright, we got a concave, but now, guess what? I can do nothing about that. Because I don't have another flip over there. That's bad. And that's stage fright with the 2x. It's very fun. All of this stuff's very fun. Ooh, we missed our sweep. Alright, we'll get that island scene going. This game's going pretty long, so we might just switch back and forth. Please be patient with me, because I haven't ever tried to switch midstream between two different pens. So I'll be learning how to deal with that and contend with that here in a second. Should just be unplugging the 2 things and plugging them back in, which is what I'm hoping for. Oh crap. Across the Chasm is not exactly what you want the 2-ball island lock for. Oh crap. That's fine. Tried to save somebody and missed my island cliff because of it. Alright, cool. Got an extra ball lit. Oh, come on. That's gone? Nope. Got lucky. There we go. Got some Kong combos. That's why we see the yellow out there on the playfield. The yellow shots. There we go. Should be going for that upper climb arrow, but why would I? When there's biplane ramps to hit. Yeah, I think after this game, since we had a good game, we'll switch over to the other one at 6.5 pitch. Probably not the most significant pitch change, but the back legs to get it at 6.5 are basically almost all the way down. So it'll be interesting to see if you can notice visually any difference between the speed of the 2 games and the shots of the 2 games. So I think, yeah, we didn't collect the extra ball, so that's it for this one. So fingers crossed, I'm going to unplug stuff, and we're going to go over to the other pen. So give me 1 second. You'll lose the actual picture feed. Someone's calling me, and I don't care, so I'm going to decline it. So we are just going to mosey on over. What is stuck here? Oh, that was that one. That's fine. Okay, so get that cord out of the way. Don't mind me, just struggling a little bit. Hopefully you're not getting motion sick, but we'll get this. Hey Will, how are you doing? All right, so we got that, and now I just need to get our audio back. Where is this going? Give me 1 second. If I had these cords pre-positioned, it would have been a lot easier. But I didn't. So we'll get this one back in there. All right, cool. Realign our camera. All right, cool. Cool. That wasn't too bad, was it? Hopefully, hopefully this sounds good.
And aboard her trusty vessel, the Wanderer, archaeology's leading lady, the fearless and formidable
There's no barbecue. I'm sorry. So, let's go ahead and change this really quickly. Let me see if I can get that. So now, this pin, this King Kong is at 6.5 pitch. So, factory recommended pitch. Let's see if anyone notices any differences in how it plays. Might not put 300 up the first game, but obviously I'm used to my other one a little bit more. I probably have about 100 games on the other one. This one I probably have like 5 games on it. So I'm still getting used to this one, but I'll let everyone form their own opinion on if they think it looks any different from 6.5 to 7. So, Will, does everything sound good volume-wise since I switched over? I'm always paranoid about that. Okay. Alright, we got that climb arrow. I always like to get that one out of the way. Probably should get my stance fixed. Okay, there we go. Oh. No. Alright, maybe we can start a mode. Nope. Denied. There we go. Oh, what was that? Was it not lit? Thought it was lit. We'll get back in there. Can I? Ugh. Oh crap. Alright, we're doing Octopus Insect. We're not doing a mode. So, Octopus Insect, we have to hit the stand-ups to light a shot. Gotta complete the flashing targets. We hit a couple, and you'll notice that the shots start lighting up around the playfield. So we're just trying to hit those. Get points, and then eventually the pit will collect for a bigger jackpot. That's fine. Oh, whoa. Want to keep hitting those targets, too. That's the end of that. Get that one for the road. Now we'll go into our mode. Question mark? Yeah. We'll do some pterodactyl attack. Crap. That was actually a nice magnet throw. It's usually a lot meaner than that. Sweet. We got a cave award. Alright, got another climb arrow. Again, you want to try to focus on those as much as you can. Ah, crap. That's trouble. Nope, 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 nope. Alright, cool. Got another climb arrow. Feels good. Another climb arrow. Man, I can never... It doesn't matter what the pitch is, that cave shot is a problem for old pinballs.
5, 4, 3, 2,
1. Alright, so we just didn't do anything there. That's fine. Don't try to... Magnet on the Pro is vicious.
It's dark in here.
So we're not having... We didn't have a bad game so far. We're not at 300 million. But like I said, that could just be sample size. Just played one game and happened to get lucky on the one that I'm more accustomed to playing. We got rapids going. We also have our mode, which we'll do Stegosaurus. I enjoy all the modes, so I don't really care points-wise what I'm playing. That is interesting that it does get stuck up there. I knew that one was gone. Alright, so we'll play another one on this just to avoid, you know, going back and forth, back and forth. So we'll play another one on this one. Again, this is the 6.5 pitch. The other one is set to 7. And we'll see if anyone knows what the difference. We're going to get lots of high scores on this one because I've not played anything.
Congratulations. You ain't got it.
But like I said, later on another stream, what I'm going to do is have one of these set up with just standard stern rubbers, and then have another one set up with, I don't know, like Titans, and then maybe another, you know, midstream, I'll put some Suzo Hap rubbers, which is the preferred rubber of the IFPA, and just show you how much of a difference the type of flipper rubber makes for the game you're playing. I won't be able to change it on the mini flipper because I don't think I have enough of everything for the mini flippers. So I apologize in advance for that. So the upper mini flipper will just have to stay the same. Which it shouldn't make too much of a difference for that one. Not as much as your bottom flippers, because you're not really trying to control anything up top. Alright, we're going to aim for that climb. Got it. Always be climbing. A, B, C. If there's a climb shot available, try to take it. I guess we lost Will because this is not the hot barbecue action he was looking for. It's unfortunate. Even I have my limits on games I will purchase. And barbecue challenge is where I draw the line. Crap. But hopefully everyone's doing well and enjoying their week. I had some games go out. Obviously a game come in. Another Kong. But I have another game that should be coming in next week. So that'll be fun. And then I also do have a Jaws 50th. Not that that will be new content. But at least maybe we can try to get to one of the new wizard modes. Although I'm probably not the right streamer for that. Because I very rarely, if ever, make it to final wizard modes on these new sterns. Alright. Don't kill me. Alright. Got our drop. Good. To relight that lost temple, you have to hit the kickback like that, and you also have to hit the gong. Once you do those two things, it will relight your lost temple. So if we go into the gong right now, In competition, you don't really... In competition, it just gets you to stage fright. And can stage fright be points? Yes. Is it like the end-all be-all to where we're playing? Probably not. So what climbing does to get your NYC modes qualified. So we did cross the chasm. We have an island lock, that's why we have 2 balls out here. Again, this is probably the worst mode to be juggling. Okay, nope. So, ideally, we should trap up here and keep one trapped up. We do have our King Kong multi-ball lit, so... Oh, crap. Alright. Killing a lot of sailors right now. Don't feel great about it. Alright, so we had another lost temple. We hit the drop target that we needed to. So now we have another NYC event, or no, we have our multi-ball ready, not the NYC event, because we still have a climb arrow. We have a couple climb arrows we haven't collected. So no matter what, we're going to start a island mode, or not the island mode, but the multi-ball when we go to that orbit. So what I'm trying to do is avoid that right now until I qualify an island scene. And I'm going to try to bring an island scene in with it. One that's more appropriate for multi-ball. Crap. Alright, let's try to... Just want it up there so I can... There we go. Now we have our island scene. But we need to hit it. Alright, we got our multi-ball. I like the giant, what the heck's that thing called? Not this one. I like the giant spider multi-ball because it's switch-based will, so all you have to do is rip spinners and then hit the pit. So it's a lot easier, I think, to do than trying to aim for these stand-ups, which is what you're supposed to do on this one. Not that it's any of them are any harder than the other, in my opinion. It's just not my favorite. Not my favorite thing. We have biplane attack going. That's always worth it because it has a pathway to an extra ball, which even if you're in tournament play, you want extra balls for the points. So I think that's it, right? That's it for this game. Yeah. Alright, so that's 2 games at 6.5 pitch. We'll do one more, and then we'll go back to the 7 pitch. Oh, Save Ann is probably the best one. Save Ann. Escape the Swamp can be fine in multi-ball. Pterodactyl Attack would even be okay in multi-ball because you're just trying to hit the roving drop. The ones that I would stay away from are Cross the Chasm. Maybe Stegosaurus, because if you get in a flow with Stegosaurus, you can make that combo and hit a bunch of shots for it. So there's only a few. Like basically Cross the Chasm is the worst one for multi-ball. So like if I'm far away from every multi-ball, I'll just pick Cross the Chasm to get it out of the way. I'll try to do well in it, but I'm not as hopefully that goes. Nah, it's not. It's going down the middle. But it's kind of like how I treat Scars in Jaws. I'd like to do scars early, just to get it out of the way, so I don't accidentally get caught in scars when I'm going into a multi-ball. Ah. Because if you just front load them, then they're gone, and you don't have to worry about them anymore. So I kind of prioritize on Jaws and Kong. I try to prioritize those modes that I want to play in single ball. And typically that means doing them earlier because I'm less likely to have a multi-ball ready. That's not to say that I may not have a multi-ball ready because of the pit. I'm not a big pit guy on this game. Because it seems like that's what everyone goes for. And not trying to be a contrarian, but the points just aren't there. Yes, it's a multi-ball, but it's not like I need to focus on hitting that pit target, because if I'm on a pro, that sucks. So that's something I am noticing with this pitch that I will mention. We tilted. Let's do that. The ball is getting stuck more. Like on the other one, it's not getting stuck on the drops or anything. Not getting stuck in the crook of that upper flipper either. The other thing I notice on this one is on the not as steep pitch is that it feels like I have a lot more time for the ball to come down, but at the same time I feel like it lulls me into kind of a sense of security because I don't feel like the game is as fast as it should be. So then I get caught a lot of the times, like, confused about what happened. Oh, you know what? CNK, I'm sorry. I forgot to change my stream elements. So, thank you for letting me know. It is false advertising. My fives of viewers are going to be terribly upset at me. But what we're doing now is we're moving over to the other Kong Pro. And I'll change that pitch thing real quick. And this Kong Pro is at 7 degrees. So if you're just joining, I have two Kong Pros that are both mine. I purchased them with my monies. And yes, I have two Kong Pros. So deal with that mentally however you need to. Alright, so we got that. I think that looks good. I'll just change this really quickly. Edit. Boop. Boop. So this again is the Jaws that I had first. It does have a little more, a few more plays than the other one, but not like it would be substantial to really affect the overall flippers or anything. CNK, I do have a Jaws 50th coming. So there will be a Glitter Playfield stream coming to a Pinball stream near you. It just might be a week or two. Although Stern is usually pretty quick about getting those anniversary editions out. They usually have a few ready. No, not rich. Just make poor decisions. That's it. There's a difference. Alright, so our light went out. That. Ugh. Biplane attack. That means we usually lose our ball. Every time I get biplane attack, it takes the ball away from me. Because it knows that that's all I want to do in life is hit that biplane ramp. Get a skill shot. There we go. Oh, there we go. Got one. No, I had other pins, CNK, but I figured that Kong, because Stern is slowed down their multiple productions, even of the new game, so you're not going to get like 3 runs of Kong every year now. Let's do Escape the Swamp. So I picked it up more so because it'll be a lot easier to move another Kong than the game that I had in its place. There we go. Let's go, Jerry. So we're doing stuff. Oh, ugh. Sorry, that noise was not necessary. Alright, there we go. We're doing pretty well in this Escape the Swamp. Again, even when you're playing in a mode, try to focus on your climb arrows that are available and progressing those. Because it's progressing you toward your NYC event. Also try to do well in your modes. If you don't know what does double scoring, it is your stand-ups that are on each side of the gong, and one on each side of the ramp, each ramp.
Jack,
So they're.
the map goes like this.
So apparently we finished that, or it was just timed out. I don't know which it was.
We need to decode the cipher.
So I'm going to give you my opinion midstream on how I feel about the different pitches. I feel like 7 feels faster, but shoots better. And that could just very well be... Oh, you could add time by hitting the gong. That's cool. Yes, it is. It's just like... It's like we heard you like the movie poster. So it's all movie poster all the day. Which I'm fine with. The only thing that I am a little bit interested in as far as decision making, because I knew they had to do something different, because they weren't doing black and white. So you had to do something different with the... So now we have a multi-ball. It's Octopus Insect. We really don't care. But we'll play it, but we're more so focused on other things. So, we still got our multi-ball, we added a ball. We have some red shots that are showing up. I can't remember what we were focused on doing before. Ugh, we need that climb arrow, I do know that. So I'd like to get that. Alright. There we go. Ugh. Oh, I had the perfect shot at it too. Don't really shoot for that upper, the upper loop shot when you're doing, when it's on the rebound from the kickback target, because it's just too much speed and you're not going to get that shot, and you're probably going to put your ball out of control if you try to shoot it. So hopefully that makes sense.
Watch where you step.
I do want to turn off my Wi-Fi, because sometimes I feel like my Wi-Fi messes up chat, which I probably just messed up chat by turning that off, but hopefully it reconnects and I can talk with you all. Alright, if someone can just say something in chat, that would be appreciated to make sure I didn't mess up my connection. We have Deadeye lit. On the Pro model, we've had it lit for a while, because you only have to spell King on the Pro model. But apparently, because we started Rapids, we're not able to do that. Interesting. Alright, we got our multi-ball. We tried. Thank you. It's all good. It's working. There we go. Don't. Oh, you jerk. We got away with that. That feels good.
Look out for the hippos.
That should give that to us. Yep, we hit it just hard enough to get this multi-ball started. So King Kong multi-ball, first priority is the drop targets and clearing all 4 of those. Once you clear all 4 of them, the Cliffs ramp will light for a double jackpot. What most people don't know is you can actually ignore hitting the cliffs ramp and hit that kickback target, and it will spot you your double jackpot. Depending on where your ball is, that might be helpful. It might not be helpful. But I find that it's a little bit easier for me sometimes to hit that kickback target than otherwise. So we could hit the gong to get an add-a-ball ready, but we're failing. So we still have our double jackpot that we haven't hit. See, it's hard when you have both the balls on the... So we're lit for a 2x, or whatever it's called, on the center ramp now. Okay, there we go. Ugh. Trying to do everything. Now, here we go. There we go. The thing I really enjoy about Kong, more so than other L1s, is that it gives you a super jackpot phase. So you get multiple shots at the supers, and you get to collect more than one. So it's not like you work all that time to get to the super. Oh, that sucked. I was hoping for a free one on the way out.
We're missing the last piece of the map.
Ugh. The slope of the other game, the pitch, is at 6.5, which is the factory recommended. I had someone ask one question on one of my YouTube videos, like a comment, saying, you know, why do you play above the recommended pitch? And then I decided to get 2 Kongs, and then I remembered that question, and I was like, oh, I can probably answer that. I'll do single 3x just to show you how horrible it is for me, because I die all the time in it. There we go. Now we need the right orbit. Just kidding. I'm not going to hit it. It does give you a ball save at the beginning. It's not enough, though. Please give it back. Alright. There we go. Now we're on to the spinner portion. So I'm going to use that middle ramp as a transition, and then we're going to go spinner, hopefully. There we go. Now we're going to go right orbit. Yeah, there we go. Now we need drops. We got 2 of them. The biplane ramp will increase your jackpot value. Oh, there we go. So we need the right orbit. Nope, that's not it. That was just a bailout shot, and why not try to increase it? If you hit these red shots prior to collecting your jackpot, it will double your jackpot, and then triple your jackpot. If you die before doing any of those things, it won't matter. So I'm going to try to get the 3x by hitting that center ramp and now going for that right orbit. So that should be a pretty beefy 31.5. Try it. I don't even think you could physically do 4 or 5 degrees, simply because the legs at 6.5 are almost all the way down. Like they're almost on the floor, like the leg levelers. Oh, out of... Yeah, on the 6.5 I did notice what you're saying. It does feel like you get more side-to-side action, and it makes it play a little bit different. We'll play another game on this, since all of our games are lasting a little bit longer. My plan was to do 3 on each, and just switch back and forth. The main thing with this stream was just to make sure that it wasn't too cumbersome to switch back and forth between games. So on future streams, I won't hop from Kong to Kong, but maybe I can start off on Kong and then run over to Eye of the Tiger for a little bit and play it, or run over to Legends of Valhalla, or whatever other game I have, so I can kind of break up the stream into 2 things. I don't have a statistician. This is all very, very unorganized. CNK, I don't know if you were here when I was talking about it earlier, but I'm also gonna, while I have these two, I'm going to do flipper rubbers, where like one game I play with just the stock rubbers, which both of these right now have the stock rubbers on them. I didn't want to change too many variables at once, so you never want to do that when you're testing a theory. You always want to keep your variables controlled like one at a time. So the next time what I'm going to do is put some Suzo Hap rubbers on one of them, leave the standard rubbers on, and play a couple games like that. And then after we've done that analysis to see, you know, what effect that has. Yeah, and once we've done that, then I'll put some Titans, aka cheater rubbers on, and then we'll play a game with the Titan rubbers and the default rubbers. And we could even go so far as to do the Suzo Hap versus the Titan side by side. When I get better at editing, what I'd like to do is put both videos up simultaneously, and maybe grab similar elements from each game, like same mode, same multi-ball, and stuff like that. But it's just an idea. It was just something fun that I thought I could do since I have the same pen twice at the same time. Funny enough, this is not the first time I've owned the same pen, more than one copy of the same pen. I actually owned 2 Jurassic Park Lost Worlds at the same time. So, this is not new, unfortunately. I just didn't stream back then. Alright, so the good play is falling apart now because I'm not focused. I'm focusing on, I don't know, other stuff. We'll do Cross the Chasm since we don't really have a multi-ball ready. I use that middle ramp as a transition to get to the left flipper most of the time, but on this mode, you really want to just live up here in the treetops, which I didn't. No. Maybe I am thinking of super bands. Maybe I'm thinking of super bands. Even Titans, though, I think have a grip to them that the standard stern flippers. Like, it never feels like the ball sticks to a standard stern flipper. And if you want bouncy, that's the pinks. The Suzo Hap rubbers are insanely bouncy. Alright, we have our cave shot, which pterodactyl attack is worth points. It's just I can't hit the stupid cave. So I tend to not want to front load it a lot of the time. Not because it's a bad mode, but because I cannot get under that stupid flipper. I do think that the cave shot is easier, whether that's like a placebo effect or something on the 6.5, but it does feel easier on the lower pitch to hit that cave shot. Ultimately, I like to play with the rubbers that make the most, feel the most like the original rubbers. So we'll move back to 6.5. Sorry for the movement, but it is a necessary evil. Get out of my way. There is one cord, and that's because I have the network cable plugged in. So I have a hard wired connection, so everyone gets to see everything, and it's not screwed up or anything. That's the technical way of explaining it. Clean Titans are grippy when new, but quickly get rid as the solenoid dust collects on them. So it's kind of like kind of like if you broke in baseballs, like they do that artificial dirt and break them in before they're used in a game. Maybe that should be what happens to Titans. Alright, so I forgot to do the thing, so I will change this over. We'll just let this go and we'll start this game over. I know this is probably not as enthralling as it was in my head as far as like the changing of the pitches. But I thought it was a good idea because people always ask. Like, it seems to be like one of those obsessive questions in the pinball community. What pitch do you have your game at? Why don't you play at the 6.5 pitch? Stuff like that. And because I set up so many pins, because I'm constantly moving them, like in and out, I typically know where I want my back leg levelers to be, just out of habit. I will adapt on older games though, if stuff is not working the way it should, like shots are not working how they should. The most recent example of that was on Scared Stiff.
Spell King Kong to battle T-Rex.
Scared Stiff, where I had, oh, I could have saved that. Pre-talc them, yeah. Put some baby powder on the flippers if you really want a challenge. Baby powder your whole playfield. That's what I'm a proponent of now. That'd be so great. But no, Elvira Scared Stiff was, I was having trouble with the ramps, the ball jumping off the ramp. And I found that that was because I had the pitch way too aggressive on it. And the game wasn't designed to have that much of a tilt to it. Or a pitch to it. So that's why I was getting the ball flying off the ramps. So what I did is I went ahead and changed it and lowered the back leg levelers. I don't touch my front leg levelers ever. They're all the way down unless the floor that happens to be unlevel, and then I'll you know, compensate for that. You'd be surprised. Like, I have noticed differences. I feel like I have a lot more reaction time. A lot more reaction time on this one. But I also said at the same time, sometimes I feel like the ball is moving a lot slower, so I feel a little bit more comfortable, and I end up missing the saves because I was not on my toes, because it kind of lulls you into a sense of security with how slow the ball is coming back down to you. But I'm still dying, so you're probably right. Yeah, I use a digital scale. So plus or minus, yeah, so it could be closer. Yeah, this is not like highly scientific. I just thought it was a fun little idea to do while I had these, that I could do a direct comparison. One of my friends, Tim, has a streaming rig too, so we talked about, while I have this, getting together and doing a like a heads up stream, me versus Tim, and doing some heads up ideas for Kong. So that might be more interesting. I think maybe the flipper rubbers might turn out to be more interesting. At a minimum, people will be curious as to why I have two Kongs. So at least we got that.
Listen, he's in trouble, and you're looking at the guy.
And if they have an answer, I'd like them to contact my therapist. Just kidding. I would love to be at that level, but I don't think that I would. I don't think that would be something appealing to Carl. I love watching his streams, though. It would be beneficial to me to stream with Carl, right? Because then I can get more people to be familiar with my my stream. But either way, it would be cool to do like a Simo stream, but I'm still struggling with like the basics of streaming. So I just try to put forth a decent stream quality that people can enjoy. I try to have some personality, but gosh, I'm getting killed on this thing. But yeah, mostly I just like playing pinball, and I like being able to watch back my stream so I can see what happened. Especially if something really cool happens and I don't really know what I did to cause it. It's always good to be able to go back and visually see, because then you have a better idea of how to replicate it. Like something you didn't quite understand about what was happening in the game state while you were playing, you can go back and slow it down and go, oh, okay, I stacked these two things, and that's why my score blew up. That's gone. Is it? Okay. Thank you. I've been working really hard to try to get everything so it's not obnoxious for people when they watch it. Stuff's a lot harder than you would originally think. I knew nothing about streaming, but luckily I had friends locally that stream. So he was super gracious with his time and taught me how to do everything. And then even now is still helping me figure things out. So that's one thing I did notice on this, just really quickly, is I'll draw it real quick. But up here in this area, sorry, that was a horrible drawing. It'll disappear in a second. But right up here with the upper flipper, I've noticed the ball gets stuck up there a lot more. That could be the fact that the diverter is a little bit higher on this Pro, or it may have something to do with the pitch. I don't know if I'm just grasping at, you know, differences, but it's definitely something that's different. But as I'm sure everyone's noticed, like you play one game at one location and it's completely different, and then the other one you play, or the one that you have at home, or whatever the case may be. I have known nothing about proofing. Okay. Sorry about the ads. I'm still trying to figure out how to minimize those even more. 'Cause it's not like I don't care to make money on it. So if I could shut them completely off, I would do that. But I'll spend some more time and effort into learning how to minimize those. Just let me know when you're back from the ad, and then I will continue talking. So the double scoring again happens when you get those 4 stand-ups. So we're in double scoring, so we would like to get in a mode, not die. Ugh. And I think we can also increase the double scoring by going into the gong, which we're not doing right now because we're too busy hitting other stuff. Oh. Hey Brooklyn Pen, what's up? We're streaming 2 Kongs. Well, one at a time, but I have 2 Kong Pros, so I have one set up at... He's very important, I know. He actually subscribed, and I appreciate that greatly. I love that call out. But what we're doing is just, I have 2 Kong Pros, so I set this one up at the factory recommended 6.5 pitch. I believe that's the factory recommended. I think that's what I read in the little paper that comes with all the pins that I never read. So I set this one up at the factory recommended level. Yeah, 2 Kong Pros. Don't judge me too harshly. Did I mention I like Kong? So we've been rotating back and forth between the 2 pins. Partially I wanted to do this to make sure that, you know, in future Monday streams that are scheduled, I'm able to go ahead and switch between machines without losing the connection, which it seems like it's worked pretty well. So in future Monday streams, we could have like a pinball medley where I stream you know, one game for half of the stream and then another game for the other half of the stream. So for like games that we don't want to watch a whole stream of, like shoot. I do not even have one Kong. I was teasing everybody at the tournament last night. I'm like, I'm sorry. How many Kongs do you have? But it's all in good fun. But so I decided that I would just do this stream to see if there's any difference in pitch. Yeah, get a Kong. I think you were talking about getting a Kong in one of my other streams. It definitely is worthy of a spot in people's lineup. That's gone. I'm going to try to focus in a little bit and actually put some quality pinball games together for a second. But yeah, so like we'll do another stream with this setup. Probably not a Monday stream, but just another random stream where I try different flipper rubbers or do things like that. And if there's any other ideas that somebody has that would not be possible if I didn't have two of these machines sitting next to each other, I am always open to suggestions. And if I have the ability to do it, I will definitely try it. But occasionally, you guys are just going to have to sit back and shake your head and go, that's really weird, and that's okay. Yeah, I have it. It's right in between the two. I don't really trust that still, though, CNK, but I do. That it's right in between. It's perfectly leveled with my digital level, as well as the little bubble level that's in the game. Which I guess when they're testing it, that's probably what they're utilizing, is just using the bubble level and calling it good. So that would make some sense of why in testing they don't really find all of the geometry issues that people are experiencing, because people might be playing at like they might be throwing 4-inch leg levelers on their game or something on the back, which would obviously is not how they're testing that game, so maybe it has a little bit of an impact. Yeah. Because, I mean, it affects older pins, like what I was explaining earlier with Scared Stiff. I had the pitch way too steep, and I was getting air balls off the ramps all the time. So, it's hard because there's so many different variables, even when you try to control as many as you can, that are different. Like, these are two different Kong Pros, so, like, from factory, they could have little differences. I hate that. Should just let it auto plunge. But we'll finish this game up and maybe one more, and then we'll switch back over to the original OG Kong Pro that's at 7 and do that. Got double scoring. It'd be cool to get into Deadeye and miss every single shot. Can you just... Yeah, there you go. See, I did that. I got the ball in there. Not the slings. I willed that. Alright, so we have 2x scoring, so I'm wondering if that applies to Deadeye? I'm assuming it does. I've also been playing really bad Deadeyes today. Come on. We got the river lit, so we need to go up there. I have noticed at 6.5 it feels a little bit easier to hit the river, but that could be the plunger spring. It could just be something completely unrelated to pitch. Really? So yeah, that definitely helped that we had the 2x going into that. So that's something to remember when you're playing in competition. If you're getting close to 2x, maybe, and you're happen to be next to Deadeye, that might be a thing to do. I have never walked up to a pin and been like, this plays exactly like this pin. Although the more I've played, I have noticed, like this one sort of plays like a hybrid between this and this pin. You know, this Stranger Things plays like, you know, the one from this location and a little bit like the one from this location. But I find that some pins are wildly variant in their how they play. Like X-Men on location is like the biggest mystery bag that you can ever deal with. Torin, you know I'm not borrowing a Kong. I own both of these. I had another pen that I thought was going to be harder to move, so I figured I would pick up a Kong Pro while they're available, because Stern is not doing like a lot of little mini runs of stuff anymore. So I was like, I'll get this Kong Pro. I can do some content that no one will care about, and then I can trade it for something else, because I figured it would be way better on the trade market. That might be clouded a little bit by my high opinion of the game, but I don't think that there's much better than this in pinball right now. Alright. Ugh. Please stop trying to die. So, again, if you hit that punchback, it spots your double jackpot. Very helpful, because that punchback is a very consistent feed. Oh, that was not what I wanted to do. Oh, crap. It's just so hard with so many balls. Man, I'm really late on this one. Come on. Come on, Bessie. Ah, we didn't get a single super jackpot. Ugh. Please? No. Oh, we had 2x going.
Why do these monsters always hate trains?
Yeah, the... I love all the voice acting on this. It's so good. But, yeah, it's... The plunge on it, the uncanny is... It is uncanny. Alright, not what I wanted to hit. We're actually getting close to T-Rex, so... If I don't die here... that might do it. Yep. Oh. Alright, so we got Octopus Insect, which seems to be the one that I get into most. Probably because it's the one that I least want to be in. So you have to hit the stand-ups on each side of the gong, or one side of each ramp, and then it'll light some shots for you. And then you can hit those shots if you're a pinball player, which I am not today.
Hit the spider pit.
So we got the jackpot. You can, like on King or Stage Fright, you can increase those jackpots by hitting those red shots. Oh god, we've died so many times. Please, please. All right, we got our NYC event. Or might be able to get. There we go. Alright, so we got our island lock. Next scene is going to be a 2-ball multi-ball. I'm going to the tried and true 2x scoring. Just simply because I feel it's safer. You're allowed to drain. You lose flips, but it does allow you to drain, and it still gives you an extra X on your... that was a shot at the gong, just for the record. The gong will give you 10 extra flips twice and that's it. And then after you've used all of those, you do not get any more flips. So I have one more left. I can collect that whenever I want. So I did it now on accident. So this is as many flips as I can acquire. You do get some flips back, I think, when you hit the punchback. But I'm not entirely... Oh, because I did get my right flipper back the last time I did this. That is not a skill shot on this one. So it looks like maybe 3 times you can hit the gong. Because it's still lit. Backhand that. We need 10 more spins. Too easy. Here we go. Now we want that right orbit, like that. We hit it too well. Okay, good. Alright, so now we're on the drops.
Replay.
Which hopefully... Oh, there we go. Got a few of them right there. There we go. Now we need the orbit. Or we could have multiplied that by 3x, which is what I should have done. Brooklyn Pen, I'll answer that question in a second, because I'm not really sure. That's good. So we need that spinner over on the left orbit now. Okay, now our gong is off. So apparently 3 times you can add 10 flips. So now we need the right orbit again. I'm actually going to try to plus this one a little bit by doing that. Oh, that was a little bit late. There we go. So that should be 3x, so 19.5. So now we need the cave, which is usually where this ends for me, because I am not good at it. Oh, we only had to hit once, but we have 3 red lights now, or red shots. So, oh crap. That's fine. Come on. Alright, we'll take that. Oh, and I was just going to take the cash out, but we might go for that middle one now. Make this 4x. There we go. I felt that that shot was there. But I am a little bit early. And it looks like the drop targets are blinking, so I wonder... Oh, we're getting a little bit low on the left flips. So this is going to get real here in a second. Got plenty of right flips. We can do that all day. But we need to hit that. I didn't get a BOGO deal on this. I bought them both. Can't remember. Oh, that was it. I got both of them through a local distributor here. So I have one more flip left. This is it. And I hit the gong, and now I have 0 left flips. I wonder if hitting those drop targets does anything. That's really the only thing I can explore right now, because I don't have a left flipper anymore. I don't know why I let that bounce over. I do have a Harry Potter on order with Zach from Flippin' Out. But it's the arcade edition, and judging from his show, so we just missed out on some pretty good value. Yeah, we just missed out on some value there. We still have our ball though. That's the other benefit of doing the 2x, is that you're never really out of it. It lets you leave that mode and survive, which is nice. We got Kong combos, which is what the yellow is, and I knew that was gone. I don't think we have another ball. I don't think after all that stuff we did, we managed to get an extra ball. Your number is 17. You know, when I was listening to him talk about that on his podcast, at first I was like, okay, let's hear it. Let's hear his logic behind this and see what he's thinking. And as I transition, I'll tell this story to the other pen. I was like, how is he going to legitimize not giving you your number? Pinball people are annoying. Like, people that buy pinballs are very annoying to deal with at times. Like, we can be very particular about what we want and all that stuff. So, you know, it would get annoying to spend half of your day answering questions like, you know, what number am I? How much, you know. I understood what he was saying, and his, just to give you a quick summary, people that don't consume pinball, which if you're watching this, I can't imagine that you don't, but he was basically saying, I don't want to give people the incomplete information because it's not fair to the customer because they can't draw any conclusion. Like when his example was like, if I tell you 17, you know, he asked his co-host Dennis, you know, what would that mean? It's like, well, it'd mean I'm waiting a while for my Harry Potter. It means I might have to wait a little bit. He's like, okay. He's like, well, if I give you your number, you're gonna draw all of these inferences when you don't have all of the information. Like, you don't know, and you don't have the information because for some reason JJP has decided that how they're going to distribute is like top secret, and they're not even telling the distributors so that they can let the customers know. Like, if JJP was letting Flippin' Out know that they're going to get, you know, 9 arcade editions on the first run, and you know, they're running that arcade edition for 2 weeks, and then they're going to go back to CEs for 4 weeks, or whatever they're doing. If they would let him have that information, then I think you could let your people know. Let your customers know what their number is, but really now it's just a number, and he has no reason to give you your number because it's just going to make you... it is what it is. It's not going to make you happy. Like, if he tells you you're 17, then you're going to start looking around at other distributors and go, well, this distributor says I'm going to be number 6 on his list. Well, that distributor's allocation could be 1 pin out of each production, right? Yeah. So, you know, you may be number 5 in line, but that number 5 may take 2 years for that distributor to get that allocation, whereas a bigger distributor like Zach with Flippin' Out, hashtag not sponsored, you know, number 17 might be a part of his first allocation, all things considered equal. I mean, the same thing with like a Pinball Star allocation. They're going to have a bigger allocation. So you may be deeper on their list, but you may still get your game quicker than if you went with another distributor that's newer and, you know, doesn't get those types of allocations because they don't have the proven track record that others have. It's like one of those weird things. It's just business stuff. So at the end of his little rant, I kind of was on his side. There's no winning in him giving out the number. I don't think it would be a huge loss if he did, but you're really only getting a piece of the puzzle, and it's not really going to answer any questions for anybody. Yep, exactly. I think I just read your comment, Brooklyn Pen. We're saying the exact same thing. You have no idea how many you're getting. It doesn't matter. The nice thing with like Spookies, when I was like heavily tracking the Scooby-Doos, because that was my Grail theme, they at least would say, hey, we have production capacity for 21 pins per week. We can throw 21 pins per week out, and that's what we can do. So then, because they do sequential numbering, you could kind of guesstimate at least when your pin would be ready. But with Harry the Potter, it's not working that way. And if anyone knows why they would not be putting out their distribution schedule, or at least letting distributors know when they're producing what, let me know, because I've not come up with a very good understanding of why they would not at least give their distributors an idea. Yeah. So, I don't know. Like, I'm kind of accepted that I'm not going to be able to stream Harry Potter for a while, and that might be a good thing.
I was just about to
Because I might get it when the code's getting really good, or whatever. And I'm just in for an arcade edition, so it wasn't a pin that I was, like, clamoring for. I'm really just getting it to stream. And maybe I'll like it. Maybe I'll enjoy it. Who knows? Stranger things have happened. Trying to get into that concave. Not going well. Oh, I was hoping that would randomly go in there. Ugh, so close. But yeah, so that's my perspective. I understood what Zach was saying. And I trust that he's straightforward with what he's saying to everyone.
Oh,
Yeah, I actually, Torin, I saw that Brian Costner, that does, I think it's like River City Arcade. He's got an arcade edition already.
got this or not? Ball 3, lock.
So I was actually surprised. Definitely not surprised that Ocelot will have one.
3.
And I plan on heading up there and playing it when they get it.
He's distracted. Run.
That is true. This is a very niche hobby, Brooklyn Pin, so yeah, it's probably a lot for them to make sure all of those things are happening.
Complete drop targets to light jack.
So we are playing at the 7 pitch because I forgot to change the manual little sign I put up. But after this multi-ball, I'll correct it. Playing on OG Kong Pro right now. But every time I come over to this one, I feel more comfortable with it. I have put more games on it though, so. And it is more at my default setting for how I set pins up personally. And oh crap, that couldn't have got any worse. Yeah, so, but yeah, next time, sometime during the week, probably after my normal Monday stream, which, if I still have it, Monday stream, I'm leaning towards being Legends of Valhalla, but we'll see if it's still around by then. If it's not around, then we may, if I get it fixed by then, we may have a Sinbad, or not a Sinbad, an Eye of the Tiger stream. I don't know what UL listed means. But let's do one more game on this one. I'll fix this because it is the wrong pitch showing on here. Not that anyone, I think it's been further evaluated that no one cares. But I thought it was a good idea. So it's at 7.0. So there we go. So we'll log back in. Whoa! Deadflip, thank you so much. That is awesome. What's up?
The fearless and
Wow, now I'm
and
a little bit nervous.
trusty vessel, the Wanderer,
It's like royalty in here now. That's awesome.
Hey, you got skills.
But yeah, so try to do some other things while I have the two. Like I said, me and my buddy Tim Owens that owns an arcade down here, he's gonna bring his streaming rig over, and we're gonna do a little heads up Kong play, something like what Carl would do on IE Pinball. Thank you so much. My buddy helped me out quite a bit, but also your streaming guide that's probably ancient at this point was super helpful as well, to getting this all set up. But definitely cool to have the opportunity to kind of mess around with having both of these, and be you know, a little bit weird to buy two of the same pin. Some people ask how much I like Kong, And your answer is right here. Enough to be dumb enough to have 2 of them. 2 of the same model, not even different models. These are both Kong Pros. So, I love it. But thank you, Deadflip. I appreciate it. No, it was super helpful to understand like how certain things worked. I ended up using the Sony, I think it's like the ZV ones as the camera, but with the direct capture stuff that is out there and the Pinovators for the direct audio, it really, because my main contention was audio when I first started doing this, because of the echo. I tried the Hollyland magnetic microphones, but I still was not able to eliminate the echo. So I was really happy when someone told me, I think it was another streamer, Hurry Up Pinball, told me about the Pinovators subwoofer kit that I could plug directly in, get some direct audio. Yeah, they're really top notch. But yeah, I've been digging it. I've been trying to learn how to do everything on the fly, and just trying to put good content out there. I have a couple of different things I do for the direct capture. One is the AliExpress board that you can put in the back box, and the other one is I tried the HOV pinball one, which was interesting as well. It's a little bit easier plug and play, but I think I found those via the Buffalo Pinball folks. They had a nice little guide for streaming Stern Spike 2s.
Banana combo. Golden banana.
Oh no. Or Meatloaf, yeah. But yeah, so we'll try to put together one more good game, and then I'm gonna go out on the high note. This probably made my week, so thank you very much, Jack. I really appreciate you stopping in. Really, really cool.
Kong letter collected. N.
Yeah, I know. I wish that Stern had, like, if Stern had one, I would 100% buy that one.
Stegosaurus encounter.
But maybe it doesn't make sense for them to have it. I don't know. You would know better than me.
Where it hurts.
But yeah, if Stern had like a plug and play option, whew, I would kill for a menu setting. But here's to dreaming that maybe someday that happens in the massive world that is pinball streaming. Such a weird little, you know, microcosm of society that we like doing this. So really, really happy to be able to do it. So like I said, Monday we might do some Eye of the Tiger. If I still have Legends of Valhalla, I may stream that. But that might be on its way out. Well, it is on the way out. I just have to figure out for what it is on the way out for. Probably Elvira, Blood Red Kiss, because I still haven't gotten over how beautiful that game is. And it's Lyman coded, so it has risk and reward, and it's very, very fun. It's one of my favorite things in pinball is how he codes games. Oh, got a hype chest. I don't even know what that is. And also I have a Jaws 50th coming, so I don't know when that's gonna go or come out, but it would be really cool to I'm gonna stream that. I'm super excited. Yeah, Eye of the Tiger is the EM 2-player of Sinbad, which is the solid state version of it. It's one of those games, I think, that is the definition of easy to understand what to do, almost impossible to do the thing. Because you have to knock down all of the drop targets, 1, 2, 3, and 4, which they're not 1, 2, 3, and 4. They're literally 1 drop target, then 2 drop targets, then 3 drop targets, then 4, and then points. But it is very, very hard to execute that. And while talking, I completely forgot that I was in stage fright. probably should take that middle shot if we can and get this double, which will be nice. There we go. There we go. How was it to start at the absolute apex of pinball and then never return? It's hard. Like, it sounds like, I'm sure somebody, as I'm explaining, is like, you got to get like total of 8 drops down and you can't do it. Weak. But I'm hoping, I need to get Eye of the Tiger's reset motor, resetting the scoring reel. Once I get that all squared away, then I'll be streaming it. And like I said, now that I know that I can move from pin to pin and change different things, we can do fun stuff like that, where we don't have to be stuck on Eye of the Tiger the whole time. We used to have a Sinbad torrent at Maltese around where I'm at, but he took it away from us. So now we no longer have it, so we don't get to play it, unfortunately, in competition anymore. And you don't see Eye of the Tiger very often. There we go. I kind of want to hit these drop targets just to see what it does if you clear all 4 of them, because they're blinking quite a bit. And that would lead me to indicate that shenanigans are afoot. So I'll hit the side of them. Unless, Torin, you already know and I'm just wasting my time. Please don't. We'll take it if you give it to me? Ah, good, it gives it to you. So now we have the concave, which is my nemesis. That's not how you want to do it. Ugh. Well, now we're hitting stuff we don't need to. Concave. I really hate the concave. Alright, here we go. That was close. Just using that middle shot. Whenever you're playing Kong, if you have the ability to use a transition shot, use that middle shot as your fun little transition shot. We got some red arrows, so I'm going to try to at least get 1 or 2 of those before we take that jackpot. And the biplane ramp increases your jackpot. And now we're maxed out, so we're going to try to get there. Yeah, that was good. So that was some pretty good value. I hit the pit, and I don't know what's happening now, to be honest with you. I don't know what's going on. I'm assuming that there's something else I'm supposed to hit, but I've never made it this far. So I'm not really sure what I'm supposed to be doing here. It wants me to shoot the spider pit, but that's just for this multi-ball. I'm not sure if there's anything else other than octopus going on right now. I'm going to assume that no, there is not. Alright. That was rough. I can't wait to see what the power-ups do on this. I think that's going to be a blast. This game is already sufficiently fun. More than sufficiently fun. Alright, so it doesn't seem like we're in anything but this multi-ball now. Which we're no longer in. Feels bad. Alright. Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate it, Soren. Appreciate you doing that. It's probably not going to learn much from me, as you are better than me. But hopefully it's at least entertaining to watch me struggle. I'll get on the emojis, man. I'm barely able to stream. I know nothing about what I'm supposed to be doing. Alright, so I don't want to do... I kind of want to do Escape the Swamp. Thank you. So I'm gonna try to get some stuff going here. Would like to go over here. Alright, so that was blinking rapidly because we're in Escape the Swamp, because I forgot. There we go. Yeah. Ah, that was late. So, oh, I knew that was coming. And we had 2x going. That could have been. And we had an extra ball. That's rough. I got lucky. And then got steamrolled by Cam. 10.2. Just have a stack of, like, books underneath the back legs. Sitting on the floor because the pen has been tilted so forward. Alright, I'm going to end that. This was a very good stream. Thank you to Deadflip. Thank you to Torin for the Prime sub. Hopefully everyone enjoyed this. Next time we do a Kong dual stream, I'm going to just do different flipper rubbers. So some Suzo Haps on one, standard Stern flipper rubbers on the other. And then if we have time and I have some Titans or some Super Bands laying around, I'll do that and see if anyone enjoys it. Thank you. I appreciate you for sticking around as well. But everyone, enjoy the rest of your day. Take care and have a good rest of your day.